What's going on? What's going on, party people? This is day number 34 inside of the 30K in 90 Days challenge. And in today's lesson, we're going to talk all about what you are going to do in 2 hours per day that is going to allow you to get on track to earning $10,000 a month. Okay, $10,000 a month. And let me tell you something, the blueprint that we have is a 2 hour per day blueprint. Okay. And so I'm going to share with you things that I do in the 2 hours and things that you can do in your 2 hours so that you're not spending a bunch of time fluffing around, cleaning up your desk and scrolling on social media, but that we are taking care of the business at hand. But before we jump into it, let me make my amazing introduction. My name is Tracy Walker. I am a baseball mom. I am also a seven-figure digital marketer. I have been very successful since 2008. I've been online making money in the digital world full-time since 2008. And I've been very fortunate because I've been able to be successful in network marketing companies where I've built teams and organizations of tens of thousands of people, made well over seven figures in network marketing. I have also promoted multiple different affiliate marketing programs. I've been top affiliates for almost all of the programs that I've decided to promote at some point or another, whether it was just recruiting and signing up affiliates on my own, or whether it was making sales of some sort. That has been a part of my journey. And last but not least, I have created my own digital products and services. So, in taking all the different lessons that I've learned over the years, I've been able to create courses on how to automate your business. I've created courses even on trading, right? How to trade and make money in the financial markets. I have created courses on mindset and manifestation. I have created workbooks and downloads and blueprints and infographics. And all of the likes, really in an effort to help gather the other aspects of business together so that you're a more well-rounded person. Okay. I've had coaching programs, all of that good stuff. All right. Teaching people funnels and this. Hey, Saya, my son just jumped on the live stream over on YouTube. And um, and so now I am, so that threw me off. Okay. So I love you too, Pumpkin. Thank you. So the digital marketing programs and courses I created myself. Oh, and then last but not least, I am a marketing automations expert. So what that means is that as a baseball mom, okay, and I am a single parent, I guess I'm virtually in two and three and four places at one time sometimes. If you are a parent, and whether you are a single parent or you've got two people in the household with you, you still probably understand what I'm saying, that you sometimes I need to be at the baseball field and I need to be working at the same time. Sometimes I need to be dropping my son off at school, but I need to be doing something else, right? Sometimes I'm picking him up while I'm sending out an email, right? I need to be doing multiple things. And when you truly understand the power of marketing automations, what this allows you to do is put things in motion in your business so that they go. I can set an email to go out at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I can write it at 12 o'clock noon, right? And I can set it to go out at 3. I can set it to go out at 5 p.m. And then when I leave to go get my son from school, I don't have to worry about running back to get home to do the email because the email's already scheduled and it's going to go out because I used my time wisely. And now automation is allowing me to be in multiple places at one time, right? I'm sending out emails so that people think, but really I'm in carpool, okay, or I'm in baseball or wherever I am, okay, driving to something or from something or in a drive-through or something, okay. So with that being said, this 30-day or this 30K in 90-day challenge is designed for me to share with you over 90 days the different pieces that need to fit together in order for you to have a profitable digital marketing business. And we are leveraging a very specific program because it lines so much of this stuff up together for you under one umbrella, where when I was teaching it more directly one-on-one with people or even one-to-many in small groups, the challenge was that I had to teach people how to set all this stuff up themselves. I even had a coaching program where hey, I will do it for you. right? Because it can be kind of cumbersome. But with what we're doing here with the legacy builders, this system is already done for you. And so I like the leverage of that because now I can help people get started. They can plug in, they don't have to build anything all on their own. And I don't have to build it for them. They literally have it done for you. There are some little things that you have to do to kind of hook everything together. But other than that, being able to automate the business by leveraging an affiliate program helps us to make more money. Why? Because with what we're doing now, we are now in position to earn 100% commission. So it makes it a really, really good opportunity, which I'll talk about later on. Okay. But for now, let's get into the knowledge. Okay. So the 2 hour a day blueprint. Okay. The goal is this: if you are looking to make money online and you realize that digital marketing is the way to do it, I don't want you to believe that it's going to take you, 7, 8, 9 hours a day to do what you need to do. The reality is that it should only take you about 2 hours a day to do the work that you need to do. Okay. Now, you also must understand that it's not 2 hours a day for one day, right? It's not 2 hours a day and you do it for one day and then you're wondering why the money is not falling from the sky. Okay. It's not 2 hours a day for 2 days. It's not 2 hours a day for 3 days. Okay. It's 2 hours a day. What does this say? 90-day challenge. Oh, yeah. See, that means that you can't just talk about it. That means that you've got to actually do some work, right? And it's not hard work, but it is consistent work, right? I'm on day number 34 of the 90-day challenge doing the videos, and I've literally been going live every day for 34 days. Okay. If there's anything I'm trying to do with this is to demonstrate through my own actions the power of discipline, the power of making a commitment to do something and doing it. That is what success is really about. It's the as Earl Nightingale says. If you don't know who Earl Nightingale is, go to YouTube, look it up. Earl Nightingale. He says success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Progressive realization, not instant realization, not overnight realization, not, well, I've been doing it for 2 weeks realization. No, progressive realization. However long it takes, it must be progressive. So you must put one foot in front of the other. You cannot put one foot and then be looking around. You got to keep walking, and the next step will illuminate for you as you take each step. You guys know that. You guys know that, right? Like, I'm not telling you anything you don't know, but what I'm trying to do is help you understand that there's a reason why you're not doing it, right? And so I'm going to share the very simple things that you can do within the 2 hours so you are not slaving over your business all day and pulling your hair out, because it's really not that serious. It's it's really not that serious, okay? So even starting out of the gate, all right? So let me share with you what I do in my 2 hours. Now, I'm going to also be transparent and honest with you. It might take me a little longer than 2 hours because I'm a little bit of an obsessive, which means that I'll have an idea about something and I will go to create that idea, and then I'll have another idea, right? And sometimes I might create several pieces of content at one time and then release them at later points, right? So I might spend 3 hours today doing something, but then guess what? Tomorrow I'm only going to spend 30 minutes, right? Because I had the creative spurt the day before. I'm a huge proponent in inspired action, right? So sometimes I will sit here and I will work diligently for 5 hours, right? And then the next day I'll turn around, I only work for 30 minutes for 1 hour. Okay. And then the next day I might only work for 30 minutes, 1 hour. All right. It just really depends. But what we're talking about is at least conceptualizing and giving yourself 2 hours a day to do it. Okay, so here we go. Let's jump into the first thing, or one, not in any particular order, but one thing that I do, okay, is this, what you're watching right now here on my channel or over on Facebook. I go live. Now, does it take me 2 hours to do it? No, but usually my lives might go like 20, 30 minutes, right? So that is one thing that I do. I'm going live. If it wasn't the challenge, 30, 40 days ago, I might not be doing a challenge, but I might just go live and I might share a concept on my Facebook or yeah, mainly Facebook. I don't really go live too much on Instagram. I probably could, probably should. But Facebook is bread and butter for me, right? YouTube is bread and butter for me. Instagram, not so much. I have Instagram just to have presence and things of that sort on that platform, but I don't spend a lot of time on Instagram. That's just not where I'm at. Doesn't mean that that's not where you're going to be, right? Or TikTok. Like, I don't even have a TikTok account. I don't care about TikTok. Okay. But I've got colleagues that are like masterful with TikTok. So they spend time doing lives and creating content for TikTok. Okay. But this is me, right? So I'll go live for about 30, 40 minutes, right? During this period of time, I'm doing that every single day, 30, 40 minutes. Got it? So that is one thing you can do. Go live. Okay. Now, if you want to know what to go live about, go back to some of the beginning trainings earlier in this challenge where I talk about creating content using ChatGPT. Okay, I've done numerous videos in this challenge about creating content and how to create content. I even show my screen and show you how the prompts work and all of that. I've already done that. Okay, so I'm not going to rehash that. You can go watch the previous ones, the previous lessons on that. But that's what you get the content from, which also takes 35 seconds to create. It's nothing. So I'll go live. Okay. A second thing that I do, again, not in any particular order, is that I will email my list. Okay. I will email my list. Now, let's say you're just starting out and you do not have a list, then apparently you would not be emailing the list because you don't have one yet. Your goal is to start building your list to then email. The very moment that you get one lead, two leads on that email list, now you're going to start emailing the list. Do you have a list? In other words, you have an audience. You have a captive audience that has said, yes, I want to know more information. So as soon as you get that first lead, as soon as you get that second lead, you're going to start emailing your list too. So right now, you might not have a list, but when you get the first lead, you then have a list. Regardless of how small or big, what you do with the little will demonstrate whether or not you'll be blessed with more. Do you understand that? Some of you guys are concerned about, oh, I only have a list of 10 people, I only have a list of 40 people, I only have a list of 100 people. Okay, great. So are you ignoring those people? Because you think you need 2,000 people, you need 20,000 people. So you're going to ignore the 40 that God gave you because you think you're so entitled to 2,000 that you're going to ignore the ones that you're blessed with. What kind of business owner is that? You've got 20 customers in your store, but because you don't have people busting your door down, you're going to act like these 20 customers not standing here looking around with credit cards or cash in their pockets. You're going to act like these people don't exist. That would be insane if you were a brick and mortar business. So it's the same ideology in the digital world. Okay. These are people in your store looking around. So be of great sales, customer service. Be of great customer service. Okay. So I go live, maybe 30, 45 minutes. I email my list. It might take me 15 minutes. So that's about an hour right there by going live and emailing my list. Okay. So that's an hour right there. Okay. Another thing that I do is I actually go and I create ads. Okay. I personally do. So I have ads on Craigslist. Okay. I run ads on Craigslist. Now, here's the cool thing about Craigslist. It might take me a few moments to create the ad, right? But Craigslist lets me renew the ad automatically. So I renew my ads every 7 days and it's a button you can click on Craigslist, say renew this ad every 7 days. Okay, so that means I'm going to set the ad up one time and the ad's going to run for 7 days and then for 6 days. And then on the seventh day, Craigslist is going to automatically repost that ad for me because I told it. Now you could tell it 14 days, I think. I think there's a way you could do 30 days or whatever. There's multiple different options where that's automated. So I don't even have to go in there every 7 days and post the ad. Now, there are times that I do go in and I do not want to use that graphic anymore, or I do want to change up the wording in my ad. If that is the case, then when I get the emails, usually on Wednesdays, because that's kind of when my cycle goes around. On Wednesdays, I get the email says, okay, we've auto reposted these ads. I will go in. If I don't want to keep the same ad, I will go in, I will edit the headline, I will edit the image, and I will edit the text to what I want it to be. And I will do that for all of the ads that I have active at that time. And guess what? Then in 7 days, the new ad, the way I adjusted it, the way I amended it, is now going to auto repost itself. So that really, I mean, if I looked at it once a week, that might take me 15 minutes to go on Canva and redesign something, right? Or reword something. So it might take me 15 minutes a week. 15 minutes a week, because Craigslist is auto reposting it. So I don't even have to go in there and I don't have to go in there and hit anything. It just does it. So again, automation. I love it. Why? Because less manual labor. I'm not a listen, I'm a lady. Okay. Some ladies love manual labor. That's fine, y'all. That's fine. Okay. I ain't one of those girls. Okay. I don't I don't like the manual labor. Okay. I much rather do the work in my mind and find a way to outsource it to a software, outsource it to a tool, outsource it to some sort of system, outsource it some kind of way. Not necessarily outsource it to a virtual assistant. You can do that, but a lot of things that I use, I don't really need a virtual assistant to do that at this time. We're talking about 2 hours a day. I could pay them to do that, but it's literally nothing. So I'm fine with it, right? Especially at this point where I am with stuff, right? So, okay, I've got live 30, 45 minutes. I've got email in my list, 15 minutes. That's an hour. I've got 15 minutes a week that I will do my Craigslist postings if I need to make some edits or things like that. I will create stories. I will create a story, maybe 3 or 4 stories on Instagram that also post over on Facebook. Okay, now what are my stories about? Usually, my stories, I will post some motivation, some positivity. I will post some inspiration. Sometimes I post a little spicy stuff. I might post a little spicy stuff, right? Because it's just my personality to be spicy, be a little fiery at times. Okay, that's that Scorpio Sag. It is what it is. Okay, so I'm authentic. All right, so I will post maybe something about Scorpio. I'll post something about Sagittarius. I will post something about people being shady in business, right? But a lot of times I will post about how you shouldn't give up, and I'll take other people's content and I'll repost that, or I might get quotes, or I might type my own quote, right? I might show pictures. I'll show pictures of my son. I'll show pictures of me and my son. I will show different things with him in baseball. I will show if we go out for a bite to eat, me and him have like a little date, and we'll go over and we'll do some stuff, right? I will post those types of personal things so that people can kind of get to know. I will say this, your stories though, your stories, you really want to sell more in the stories than not, because facts tell and what stories sell, right? So even in the virtual world, this is literally a story, they've called it, and we want to sell in those stories. So I will also go, and any results that I get, like for example, tonight, so far I made $250 today, right? And I've been out all day, right? I got another payment that's supposed to be coming in too, but $250. Actually, I made more than that. Hold on. $300. I made $300, right? Today. Okay. So what happens is, let's say I will take one of my emails that show a payment that came through, right? Like for example, here's a $200 payment. I'm not going to show the person's name, right? Here's a $200 payment that came in on my Stripe, and I might screenshot that, and then I will post it on my stories and talk about how the freedom lifestyle allows me to make money while I'm out and about, right? Because I am out and about. Or I was sitting here, we came in from baseball tonight, and I was trying to set up stuff for my live, and it came in tonight, right? When I was setting up for the live. So I wasn't out. I wasn't doing anything else, but I wasn't on a phone trying to close a sale. I wasn't on a Zoom trying to do a presentation. I wasn't in the DMs trying to make a pitch. I'm literally setting up for my live and somebody clicks on a link and they buy and I get 200 bucks. Right? Then another one came in earlier and that one was for 50 bucks. Then another payment came in, it was for 50 bucks. That's why I said it's 300 bucks. Right? So this is what I'm saying. So I will take my own testimonials, my own results, I will put them in the stories. I will also find other people's testimonials, especially from legacy builders, because we've got a community over on school where we have a section called wins. And I mean, this wins section is lined up every single day with new testimonials and stories of how people made $1,500 their first day, or $1,800 their first day, or $900 their first day, or they got. And when I say first day, I don't mean their first day getting started. I mean their first sale. Let me correct that. They had their first sale, and their first sale was that, or they made 1,800 in a day. Not the first day, but they made $1,800 in a day, right? Which would have been two sales, right? 9 and 9 is 18. And so the people share this. So I will screenshot those at times and I will post those in my stories just to give social proof. And I always will put a link at the bottom of the stories. Okay. So let's do a recap where we are so far. I will go live 30, 45 minutes. I will email my list about 15 minutes. I will do Craigslist, might be 15 minutes for the week. I will post my stories, which will go, it might take me about 15 minutes, 20 minutes, just depends on what's going on with that, right? Because I'm also sourcing content. In other words, I'm looking for things that inspire me to create the story, right? So there's time in that little research and development. So I might give the research and development like 10 minutes. And then by the time I get on there and, play with it and put the words and the graphics and the little icons, little laughing people, the hands clapping, an arrow, put in a link in the story, that might be another 20 minutes. So let's just call it 30 minutes. Let's call it 30 minutes. So now we're at an hour and 30 minutes. Okay. And then another thing that I might do is, so what did I say? I said live. I said, oh, make posts, right? I might make some posts on social media. And also I might spend 30 minutes, and literally I do this. I spend about 30 minutes a day engaging with other people on their content. And see, a lot of you guys don't do that. You want people to engage in your content, which is fine. Like we all want that. But the question is, do you go and engage on other people's content? Right? Even, like some of my college buddies, right? One of him and we celebrate our birthdays together all the time, right? And so his birthday was November 20th, mine is November 22nd, right? We had another friend that we grew up with because we're all from Chicago. His birthday was November 21st. And every year that we were in college, we would usually get together and throw like a party because it was the 20th, the 21st, and 22nd. So anyway, he made a post the other day, a political type post, and I disagreed with what he said, right? And I showed some proof and this, and then some of my other MBA colleagues kind of came in there and we were going back and forth for a little bit. Very respectful, right? Nothing too crazy. Okay. We respect one another. But I'm engaging in their posts. Right. So that had nothing to do with my business, but had everything to do with me just connecting with people I already know about topics that, are of interest. Okay. So I will go and I will spend 30 minutes commenting on other people's posts or liking, just going down my timeline and things that interest me. I don't just like it. Sometimes I will, but a lot of times if I don't have a comment, then as I probably won't. Right. But I'm looking for something to comment on, right? Because I want to engage. I taught y'all this the other day. It's visibility, then engagement, right? So where does engagement come from? Well, it doesn't come mysteriously. It usually starts by you engaging, right? Give to get. So I will engage. And what happens is when I go live or when I post, all the people that I was just engaging with are kind of fresh in the algorithm, right? And they'll get notification that I did something or I posted something, and they'll come over and people will engage with my content. So I do actually take an active period of time to engage with other people, whether they are building the same type of affiliate program I am, whether they are just family members, whether they are old college buddies and my MBA colleagues, whether it's high school, right? I mean, my high school just had okay, well, Yeah, my high school had the 30-year reunion this year, right? Back in Chicago. So I'm looking at all the photos from everybody that went to the 30-year reunion. I'm like, God dang, I can't remember 30-year reunion. I just remember when it was 10. The 10-year reunion, I got engaged. Right. So I'm like, goodness gracious, this is the 30-year reunion. I can't even believe I'm dating myself. But the point that I am making to you is that I am engaging in this type of content with people from college, people from high school, family, business colleagues, people I don't know that much. If they show up in my timeline, I'm still kind of engaging if I find it something that is authentic enough that I want to engage in, right? I don't have to engage on everything, but I do spend about 30 minutes doing that. And I think that we should be right at about 2 hours, right? I mean, I see Pastor Janet's on here and hey, Kara, right? We should be about 2 hours. So I said, I go live for 30 minutes. I said that I email my list, takes me about 15 minutes to do that. Let's say live 45 minutes, right? Because right now we're at 25 minutes and we might be about 35 minutes before we get out of here, right? But we got that, right? Emailing my list about 15 minutes. So that we're going to give that an hour. So between the live and email is an hour. Okay. I'm going to engage with other people on their content. That's 30 minutes. And then I'm going to create stories and post other content. That might be 20, 30 minutes itself. Then, so that's 2 hours. But then I've got my Craigslist that takes me 15 minutes a week, 15 minutes a week, and I'm done. And it's not even every week because there's times I'll let the ad run 2 weeks or 3 weeks without changing it. Right. So there's no work for me to do from that perspective. And that's what I do. And I just do it every day. There's nothing difficult about that. What's difficult about going live? Nothing. What's difficult about putting some stories together with some testimonials or some inspiration? Nothing. What's hard about making a post that you like, that encourages others or that talks a little bit about what it is that you do? Nothing. What's hard about commenting and engaging on other people's content? Nothing. Now, I will do this. I will go over to Instagram too, and I will comment on people's content on Instagram, right? As well. Because, like I said, Instagram is not my number one platform. It's probably more like my number three platform, because I would say Facebook and then YouTube would be in that order. However, I do go over there because I do make posts. Daily, I've got it connected where if I make a Facebook post, it posts on Instagram. There, I don't have to worry about going over there all the time, right? But it's there because I will go and I will make some edits because I got to use hashtags over there. I don't really use hashtags on Facebook, right? So those types of admin things might add up to 5-10 minutes here and there just to optimize my content on the different platforms. But how hard is it to make the post? It's not. Right? So my 2 hours a day are filled with what I call productivity, right? Versus being busy. I don't need to be busy, and neither do you. You need to be productive because in the entrepreneurial environment, we are not paid for all the time that we waste at our desk. We don't get paid for time over here. We get paid for production, right? Which means if I can produce what I need to produce in 2 hours and get the hell on with my day, it's better than me dragging what could be done in 2 hours out for 8 hours because somebody agreed that I can only get paid if I sit here for 8 hours, right? And so you drag your work out and you get very, very comfortable with doing nothing the majority of the time. And then when you come over into entrepreneurship, you're sitting around twiddling your thumbs, cleaning off your desk, scrolling on social media because you've been conditioned to waste time. And then after 8 hours of nothing, and you do that for a week, you literally have wasted 40 hours, and your brain can't compute the fact that you're not getting paid for 40 hours of a week. And I'm saying to you, A, it shouldn't have taken you 40 hours, it only should have taken you 10. It's only taking you 10 hours for the week. So that means you're wasting 30 hours doing what? A bunch of non productive activities. So we want you to be in income producing activities. What are those? I just gave you a list of those things that you could do. Now, I also want to share something with you because at the very beginning of this, I did talk to you about building your list, right? And I said, okay, if you don't have a list yet, you've got to generate leads. Okay. Now, what are we doing in the 2 hours? What am I making stories for? What am I making posts for? What am I going live for? I'm going live making posts, doing stories, engaging with people, trying to get people to engage with me back, right? Hopefully they will cross pollinate our content, this. What are we doing this for? We're doing this because we want to get people to our automated system. We want to get people to the lead capture page. We want to get people to the thing that's going to do the selling and the telling on our behalf. Something needs to be sold. It's just, I don't want to have to be the one to personally and physically do it. Can I? Yes, I have for years. That's how I was able to build up my skill set on the phone. That's how I've been able to build up my skill set in the DMs. But I don't want to because I've got other things to do as a mom of a 10-year-old who's getting ready to do flag football starting on Wednesday, who's just got, did reevaluations for his baseball, his travel team for his baseball. And then it's going to be, he's got rec baseball tryouts this coming weekend, right? I mean, he's got 3 teams he's getting ready to be on. He's been on 2 for the last 2 years. He's been on 2. But now he's picking up flags. That's 3 teams. You think I want to be sitting on here trying to figure out what time I need to be on a Zoom? I just, it's not going to happen. I'm not going to be out there at the field on a Zoom. Okay. I want to be a present mom. I want to be engaged in what my child is doing because I don't get 10 years old back. I don't get 11 years old back. Right? I don't. So I want to be here and be aware and present of these moments now, called freedom. That's what it's called. It's called freedom. Okay. So we're doing all of this activity, this being productive, so that we can get people to our automated system, which will then in turn generate leads. Those leads fall into our database and that begins to build our list. So what I was sharing with you is that if you do not have a list yet, then you've got to wait until you generate a lead. But I also have a little shortcut. I also have a little secret. I also have a little resource that I implement where now I think I'm up to like 49,000 people or something like that I can email every single day because this thing sends me 200 leads a day. Right now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show this to you because I've talked about this before. And if you're watching this on the YouTube channel, you can find the link to this little resource down in the description. Okay. It's called 100 Leads a Day. All right. You can find the link to that in the description. On Facebook, you'll be able to find it in the comments once the broadcast is over. I'll go over there and I can put it in there. Okay. But for now, here on YouTube, you can see it already in the description. All right. Check this out. Let me bring this up to the stage. Because this little tool right here, okay, I'm just sharing with you a secret weapon. Okay, you don't have to do anything I'm telling you to do. You don't. All I'm doing is telling you and showing you what I do, right? You want to know what I'm doing. I'm showing you what I'm doing. If you want to follow my lead, this is how you do it. If you want to know what I do and then be like, I ain't doing that, well, there you go. Go follow somebody else's lead then. Okay. I'm telling you. But see, I get 200 leads a day from this. When you start off with 100 leads, right? But I get 200 leads a day. And these are the mailings that I've mailed, right? The most recent sent mailings that I've mailed, right? So here you can see this was on yesterday. I didn't even get a chance to mail today because I was out. But you can see mom makes 400 at the baseball field, right? This is my email and I sent this out. Okay. You can see this. I sent this out. This is my own screenshot. Okay. This is my own story that I'm telling you that I make, right? With a screenshot of my result. This is my son in the background with his baseball tryout for his travel team, defending his spot. And I'm sharing that. And I give people the formula, and then I give people an opportunity to learn more about what it is that I'm doing. Now, who is this going out to? It's going out to let me see. How many people is it? I'll show you my mailing system. Whoops. Let me log back in here. Okay, my mailing system. This is going out to, look at this. If I were going to send it out, look, 45, sorry, I thought it was 49. It's 45,600 people. These are leads that I don't have to generate. These are leads that this system, I pay for this. I pay $30 a month for this. That's $1 a day. I pay $1 a day. See this? This is what it is. This is real life. 100 leads every day for $1 per day. Okay. And so what happens is I will send out an email to all 45,000. Now, tomorrow, what is the number going to be? 45,800. Day after tomorrow is going to be 46,000. It increases by 200 every single day. Every single day. So if you don't have anybody to email, then if you had a program like this is something that you could use to get the ball rolling. You could send out an email, right? Let me load this up, right? So you can see. So it loads up the email, right? And as you can see, for example, I've got a link here, right? That says, hey, you ready to join the 90-day challenge, right? If they were to click on this link, guess where it's going to bring them? To my YouTube channel. It's going to bring them right to this 30K in 90-day challenge YouTube channel. So that so they can start learning from me. I'm giving them value. Then when they go into the description of the video, they click on the link inside of my description, and now the person becomes a lead inside of my specific system. So these are general leads that you didn't generate, that it doesn't matter, but there are people who are receptive to offers, business opportunities, make money online. These are those people. And you can get 200 or 100 of them a day until you qualify for 200 a day. And I use this to send people back to my automated system so that I can start getting leads into any specific program that I want. If I want to get leads into Legacy Builder, that's the way I would start. Right? I get leads into Legacy Builder from YouTube. I get leads from Facebook. I get leads from my stories. I get leads from this. I get leads from this into my Legacy Builder automated system. And then what happens is when I actually go to email my actual database, right, all the leads that come in to my back office, into my autoresponder, I should say, inside of Legacy Builders, now I can speak to those people specifically about Legacy Builders, the benefit, the this, the that, the this, the that. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? So if you need a jump start, then you could use something like this. Okay. I highly recommend it. I started with this program back in 2019, and it's not really a business. It's just a service. Like, it provides you 100 leads a day. So this is why I don't buy the excuse that I don't have anybody to talk to. That's insane to me. It's insane to me when you can get 100 leads every day. Are you kidding? The link to this is in the description of this video right here on YouTube. It will be in the description or it will be in the comments over on Facebook. Once we've ended the broadcast, I can go over there and put it in there. But if you're watching this on YouTube, just look in the description. You'll see 100 leads a day resource, right? With a green check mark. That's this. Right? So then what I can do is I can take whatever I email in this, and I can go email that to my legacy list too. I can email that to any list I have, because I'm just going to take the same email and email it out across 3 or 4 different platforms in the same way. I don't have to change the message. I'm just changing the audience, if that makes sense, right? I'm not changing the message. I'm changing the audience. So I want to get as much exposure to my business as I possibly can. I don't want to just sit around and talk to one person at a time. I don't want to do that. Maybe you do. That's fine. I'm a marketing automations expert. Didn't I say that? I said to you, I'm a baseball mom. Didn't I say that? I also said I was a single mom. Did you hear me say that? So that means I need to have more leverage. I still got to bring my knowledge. I still got to bring my commitment. I still have to bring my consistency. I still have to bring my determination. I still have to bring my belief. I still have to bring my skill set. I still have to bring all of the ingredients to put into the pot. I got to bring that. But turning the stove on or hitting the button so that the oven goes to 350, that's leverage, isn't it? You're not sitting there blowing on your salmon to get cooked, are you? No, you're using a tool called an oven. Or you may be using a tool called a stove, which has an eye, which has heat, and that heat is leverage for you to boil the water. It's leverage for you to pan sear the vegetables or whatever. It's leverage for you to make the hot dog. It's leverage for you to warm up the tortilla. You guys get what I'm saying? So if you don't have any leads at all, then why not use a program that is going to give you, as soon as you sign up, you're going to get 200, you're going to get 100 leads. And if you have zero, what are you complaining about? If you have zero and then you pay $30, and then every day over the next 30 days, you're going to get 100 leads, that is now 3,000 leads for the month. And if you aren't using those leads to talk to them about your program, where then you can direct them to your program, and now you get targeted leads into your program's autoresponder, you're missing the whole point. But that's what I do. So I'll copy my email, I'll send it out here, and then I'll take my email and I'll send it to my other list, right? I'll take a portion of my email, might make a post, I might make, you guys see what I'm saying? I'm just repurposing content. But those are the things that I do in 2 hours. I go live, I email my list, I make stories and content and posts on social media, and I engage with other people. That's what I do. I've got ads that run autopilot without me. I don't need to do anything with that. 15 minutes a week is all that takes, if that. But my income producing activities would be what I'm doing right now. Comprende? I mean, I want to tell you, I showed you I made $300 today. I mean, if you could make $300 in a day, $400 in a day, $900 in a day, like, and it only took you 2 hours to do it, and you built up some traction doing it, wouldn't it make sense for you to keep doing that thing and not stop doing that thing? Yeah, so we're not stopping, because this dang on train has left the station, people. We rolling, right? And so that is the whole point. So is it possible to start making money in just 2 hours a day? The answer is yes, but you must do productivity tasks. You must do income producing activities. You cannot sit at your desk and look at the clock and scroll and waste time for 2 hours and then wonder what in the world is happening or why is this thing not working? It's because you aren't. I told you I was a little spicy. You're not working. So that's why. It's very simple. It's not rocket science now, is it? All right. So now that you have the 2 hour per day formula, along with a very special resource that I gave you to jumpstart your lead flow so that you don't have to wait like, oh, I have no leads. I have no leads. Jumpstart that and do what are you doing? Then with that, you're going to build your muscle of emailing your list every day. Oh, and also with this, let me just say this really quickly. This, you can only email once every 24 hours, right? And there is a timer down here. Hold on, there's a timer down here. Okay. Where And see, there is no timer because I can send an email. I can send another email out, right? But I'm not going to send one out because it's 11:56 p.m. If I send it out tonight, right now, because I didn't get a chance to do it earlier, that means I can't send another one until this time tomorrow night. So I'm just going to let it go. And then tomorrow afternoon, when my son is at school, I will send out an email, right? I will send out an email because I want it to reset for earlier in the day. I don't want my 24 hours to start at midnight. Because I can guarantee you I will not be sending out an email tomorrow night at midnight. Okay. But you got this for every 24 hours. All right. So you can't just keep sending emails, whatever. So whatever you send, you sent it. And you get back at those people again tomorrow. If you made a mistake, no big deal. You sent the wrong thing. You don't have to wait. No big deal. But 24 hours, you're good to go. So 100 leads a day that you can use to start funneling people into your system into your legacy builders. And then you can start communicating with those people a little bit more specifically about getting back to the sales page, getting back to the sales page. And then you can start making sure those people are joining you on social media, or that you're joining them on social media, or that you guys are engaging with each other as best you can on social media. You guys get what I'm saying? And you start leveraging the social aspect of how this whole thing works. But you've got to be producing content, give people something to see where they can look at you and say, oh man, you're serious about this thing. Oh man, this gal looks like she knows what she's talking about. Oh man, this guy looks like he's pretty sharp. What you don't want is people getting on the list and then you're just looking around every day. Because guess what? They're on the list. They want to learn more. Well, are you going to teach them more? Or do you, again, you got people inside of your brick and mortar store and they're looking around at your bags, they're looking around at your shoes, they're looking around at your garments, and you're ignoring them. You're ignoring them because you want more people on the sidewalk to come in first. So, what you're going to inherently do is cause the people that are already in your store to walk out of your store because you are being rude and you aren't being grateful and you're mistreating the people that the Most High has allowed into your system at the beginning of your business. In other words, you got a new baby and you're not even nurturing them. It's like you got a new baby and you just not gonna feed the baby because you feel like they should already be eaten. You have to feed your business. You have to nurture because listen, we're in the people business. You guys realize that, right? Like we're in the business of people. People buy the things from us. That means that all the money that we need are in the pockets of other people. That's the way it works. And our goal as marketers is to connect with people who find enough value in what it is that we are offering that they are willing to part with their money in exchange for what it is that you are offering willingly because they believe that what they are going to get in exchange outweighs in value what they are going to be paying you for it. When you can convey that to people, then people will come up off the money. If you cannot convey that to people, they will not come up off the money. And I'm just saying it as clear and as direct as I can, right? You if you didn't believe that the orange juice was worth the orange juice, you wouldn't be swiping your card at Publix. You don't have no problem giving Publix your money, right? Publix is a whole big old corporation, and they have no problem taking your money by offering you a whole grocery store full of stuff for you to buy. And then when you decide what you want, you put it in your cart, you go to self checkout or you go to the line and you swipe that card. It's very simple. The expectation is that you're going to buy what you want. Well, as we do in other aspects of our life, people buy what they want on the internet too. So as long as you're providing a solution to their problem, they'll buy. It's not rocket science. Once again, very simple concept, right? So I hope that you today have gotten an idea of some things that you can be doing in 2 hours per day in order for you to start getting traction to your business, no matter what it is that you're selling. Although I highly recommend that you take a look at what we're doing with the legacy builders. And the reason I recommend it is because number one, it is a done for you type of process. The funnel and everything is already done. There are some little hooks and connections that you need to make. So it is going to require a little bit of elbow grease from you to get everything set up. But you don't have to build the pages. You don't have to put the graphics. You don't have to get the copywriting together. You don't do any of that. But you do need to set up your pay. Don't you want payment? You want money, right? So then you do have to set up your payment. You got to let it know PayPal. You got to let it know Stripe. You got to let it know whatever other options there are, right? Even for international, you got to let it know that. You got to do the work and watch the trainings to connect all the good stuff. That's one reason. The second reason is because the education that the program offers is vital to your success. That's one of the reasons I love it because I was already teaching this stuff. Do you guys get what I'm saying? I was already teaching this, but I'm just one person and I'm a baseball mom and I'm all over the place. So it's very difficult for me to maintain a community. It's very difficult for me to keep the Facebook group going. It's very difficult for me to keep the engagement going. It's very difficult for me to produce new content for the people every day. It's very difficult for me to answer questions and be on a Zoom and make sure people are getting their money's worth. It's very challenging for me at this segment of my life to support that type of business mechanism. So when I can leverage legacy builders where the education I know is stellar because I've gone through it and because I teach it, I can see the value in what is already provided. So I love it and I stand by it. It is absolutely remarkable, the education on how to be on TikTok, on how to leverage Instagram, on how to leverage YouTube, on how to, do social media overall, on how to build a brand, on how to do faceless marketing, on how to do your email marketing, right? All of that is already available for you to learn. So that's the second reason. First reason is because the system is pretty much done for you. Second reason is because the education is absolutely remarkable and stellar. Third reason is because every time I make a sale, I get paid 100% of the commission, which means if someone gets started with Legacy Builders for the $900, I'm going to get paid $900. That's very different from what you may be used to, especially if you come from a network marketing background like me, or if you come from, affiliate marketing as well, and just different types of compensation models. But ultimately, let's say from a network marketing standpoint, you might only make 10%, 25%, which that's good. I'm not knocking that, but most times it's only $100 anyway, right? And so then if the person pays $100 and then you get 20% of that, that's $20. If you get 10% of it, that's $10. But here's the crazy thing. You still have to do all I'm telling you to do in the 2 hours in order to get that customer. You're still going to have to go live. You're still going to have to email your list. You're still going to have to post on social media. You're still going to have to engage with other people. So for your same 2 hours where you're doing these 4 tasks, doesn't it make more sense to make $900 versus $10? That's all I'm saying. So I think it's important that we get the most bang, or we get the most buck for our bang. Right? The buck would be the earnings. The bang would be the time that we put into our business and the content we create and all that good stuff. That's valuable. It's worth something. Your time is it's priceless, your time. You go every day not knowing how much time you got left, don't you? That is precious and that is priceless. You better start treating yourself with a little bit more respect. Start believing that you are worth more. Start believing that you deserve to earn more. Because there's people out here that's making what you make in a year, they're making that in a day. They're making that in an hour. Some people are making that in a minute. So I want you to get down to the nitty and understand that they are no different than you. It's just they understand leverage better and they have raised their value and they say, this is where I deserve to live. This is the vibration I desire to be on. Therefore, they attract things on that vibration. You attract things at $10 because that's where your thermostat is. You believe that you're only worth $10 or you're only worth $100, right? And I'm saying, no, I'm worth 100 grand a month. I'm worth 250 grand a month. And you like, oh, I want $1,000 a month. And that's okay. But to get to the 1,000, let's go ahead and get the 100 first. Right? But what if you want $1,000 a month? You got started with Legacy Builders, and then you had a $900 sale, one customer. It would be life changing with one customer. Most of you have never had one customer and made $900. In network marketing, you need a team of dang near 500 people for you to make $900. I might be a little sarcastic, but you guys get what I'm saying. So what I want you to do is, if you have not already started to take a look at Legacy Builders program and what we're doing and getting more detail on what I'm giving you at the surface with a lot of this information over this 90-day challenge, you want to go ahead and click on the link in the description, which is also right here on the lower third, which says www.makemoneywithtracy.com. Head over to makemoneywithtracy.com. And when you get there, it's going to be 2 things I want you to do. First thing is I want you to put your email in that box. You're going to see it. It's going to put you on my list so that I can email you. Okay. And then the second thing I want you to do is I want you to watch the video on the very next page that you get to. I want you to watch that video. And then underneath that video, you're going to see a button. It's going to allow you to continue. And it's going to be a page with all of the details about the program. It's going to give you all of the details of what's included in program 1, program 2, program 3, program 4, because there are 4 different levels of this. All of the details are on that page. All of the price points are on that page. It's 900, 600, 300, 100. Just in transparency. All of that is on the page, and your ability to buy, it's all right there on the page. So all you've got to do is go onto the page, review the information, and make a buying decision. If you don't make a buying decision, that's okay. But if it makes sense to you, decide to buy and get started, because the sooner that you get started, the sooner you can be in position to have the leverage to have 100% commissions of $900, $600, $300, $100. The sooner you can get in position to start learning the techniques that you're still trying to figure out all over the place. You can learn it all under one roof. And then you can rest easy knowing that you're going to already have your automated sales funnel together, and it's not just duplicated like a network marketing. It's not just duplicated because you've got to put your own payment stuff in. You got to put your own pictures in there, right? Like in the segment that talks about you, like a little bio, you got it. It's customizable. So you can put your pictures in there. You're going to write a little story about you in there. Okay. And you're going to do other couple of things, and then you're going to be good to go. This is the type of lifestyle that you deserve. $900 a day should be your ideal, which should be a focus. I can say it should be your ideal, but it should be the focus. Because if you're interested in 30K in 90 days, you're watching this, then that's about $10,000 a month. You're going to need 12 customers at $900 in order to make $10,000 a month. So if you need 12 customers, then you got to get to work, because everybody that becomes a lead is not going to become a customer. The way that it works, we got about 5%. That's the number. About 5% of the people that become a lead buy. In other words, 1 out of 20 leads buy on average. I can't say guaranteed, but on average, that's what I'm converting at, 5%. 1 out of every 20 leads will buy. So then if I know I need 20 leads before one person will buy, then me getting 1 lead a day isn't really all of that monumental, is it? It would be poor to have an expectation of having a sale after 5 days if I'm only getting 1 lead a day for the 5 days, and I got 5 leads sitting in there. And I know I won't get a sale probably until 20. Why are you expecting a sale after day 5 when you only have 5 leads? You can't just make something happen because you want it to. You create the environment for it to happen. And that's what we're doing here. All right. So that's my time. We did about 56 minutes. I was only supposed to be on here about 20 minutes today. But nonetheless, I told my son he could finish watching the Braves game because they are out of town. They're on the West Coast. And so I told him he could watch the Braves game since it's a later game. And then when I got off, he can go ahead and hang it up. He can go ahead and get himself together. We got school tomorrow. And in the meantime, in between time, you go ahead and click on the link down in the description where it says to go ahead and get started with a legacy builder. Okay. If you're here on YouTube, it's in the description. If you're over on Facebook, it will be in the comments. And guess what, guys? I hope that this was valuable to you. You got something really, really good out of it. You got a light bulb moment. You got a strategy that you could use. And I hope that you actually take action on the thing. Please, 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 please take action on the thing, because that is the only way things are going to materialize in your favor. So with that being said, I love y'all. And guess what? We're going to be back on tomorrow for day number 35. I invite you back. In fact, I want you to be back. In fact, I want to see your face in the place. All right. So meet me back here tomorrow for day number 35 inside the 30K in 90 Day Challenge. This has been Tracy Walker, and I will see you guys later.